So, what's the most valuable thing in the sports world? For me, it's the championships, baby. I'm talking about a UFC belt wrapped around my waist, one on each shoulder, the double champ. You know what I'm saying? Outside the octagon, though. One of the most important things we all have is time. And none of us have time to be wasting on fixing our body odor. Nobody got time for that. So since I've switched to Mando whole body deodorant, let me tell you, the boys always smelling so good. I smell fresh, I smell clean. So all new customers, listen to the boy. Get $5 off of the Mando starter pack with using my promo code DCTV. Once again, 5 off the best-selling Mando starter pack with my code DCTV. It's perfect for new customers because it comes with a solid stick deodorant. We also giving you the tube deodorant. We're giving you 2 free products that you choose and free shipping. Don't get no better than that. So head over to shopmando.com. Use that promo code DCTV. That's SHOPMANDO.com, and you'll get $5 off of your starter pack. You can't beat me, but I'll help you beat the body odor, baby. Let's go.
I thought it was good. It's because I had three interviews that it was something like this, and I had to put it in
the earpiece. Yeah, that's hilarious. Thank you for checking in with me, champ.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. Alexa Grasso defends her championship this weekend against Valentina Shevchenko. Thanks for stopping by. So, Trilogy fight, first female Trilogy fight in the history of the UFC. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, we've been showing tons of skills, heart, and toughness, and you know, I'm super excited for this to be part of the history. First Mexican female champion, first Trilogy in women's MMA. You know, be able to submit Valentina, like one of the top and most amazing fighters in the world, and it means a lot.
You know, when you came up from 115, right? No one expected this. Because at 115, you were a very good fighter. But you weren't the world champion. What changed? What changed from that move up to 125?
Well, I think it changed a lot. You know, my body changed. I was super young when I started in the UFC. It was like a big change in my life. You know, being in the UFC, like the big screen, the big lights, huge of everything. And I don't know, I just, also my body changed a lot. You know, I was super thin when I started, and then every fight comes, I noticed I was stronger and stronger and stronger. And even, I don't know, if like for females at 25 years, you know, your body changed, the hips, your arm, like something changed. I don't know what, but something changed. I'm aware of that. And I did the measures in the PI, and you know, they have like the body weight of every single athlete, and I was, you know, they say like, hey Alexa, but you're kind of flyweight. And I was like, oh, like how are you doing 115? And I said, well, yeah, I mean, don't you want to try? And I said, yeah, I'm going to try. I talked with my team. The PI also helped me. You know, we had this big support from them. And, you know, it was a great change in my life. I felt so good. I was able to lift more weight because I was, you know, trying to not to lift that much, to be small. I was eating more, then I was bigger, and I was able, you know, to let my body, you know, to be stronger. And I think it changed a lot, and I also started to work, you know, we often work a lot of our bodies, but sometimes in mind, we don't use it too much. Sure. And I started with a mental coach, with Aletia, and it helped me so much. And I don't know, I just think I did everything, you know, better than before. I started to read more, I investigate, you know, everything that I was able to do. I started to look for champions. What do they do? How do they train? How do they live? What do they think? And I don't know, I just think I just started, you know, to nourish myself on that.
2 years in a row now you fought on Mexican Independence Day. That's a big deal, because for a long time, that fight always went to superstar Mexican fighters, as Canelo's fighting this weekend also. But you have done it now 2 years in a row. Last year, I gotta be honest with you, it was one of my favorite nights of the year, because the music was fucking great.
I heard your comments in the transmission.
It was awesome, like the whole time. The music was great. The energy was great. What does it mean to you to headline this card?
Well, it means a lot. Last year was like kind of the test. They wanted to see how this worked. You know, And also the support of the people. You know, Mexican people, it's amazing.
Passionate.
They're so passionate. They love, you know, their athletes. They're like, you know, they're so, so nice. They pray for us. You know, we do a lot of things that send a lot of big, nice energy. And also the fighters, you can notice that, you know, even Dana said, like, the Mexican heart, they are always going forward. Doesn't matter what, they are always chasing, trying to kill their opponent. We're not pointing, scarring, we're just there for the kill. And this is, I think, it's important, you know, for combat sports, because, I mean, it's huge. Who does not like to watch, you know, a big war? And
It's
I
awesome.
think that's great.
The crowd was crazy, man. The music was just so good. It felt like I had a couple quinceañeras in my life. And I had a quinceañera. I have a gym, right, in Gilroy, California, which is heavy Hispanic community and best Mexican food. Outside of, I had a place one time in Mexico that was really good. But I take up my wrestling mats, built a dance floor, and had a little girl's quinceañera. Best time ever. She's one of the wrestlers on my team. Had her quinceañera at my. You had a quinceañera?
No, I didn't. I didn't have, but
Why?
My parents didn't have money at that moment. I mean, it was like you have to spend like.
Dude, it's like a wedding.
Kind of, yeah, like a big dress,
big dress.
Big party. I mean, we were not able to.
Let's
to
do
pay
you
that.
one now. You got money now. Let's do you
No,
one.
no.
Alexa, why?
Double quinceañera right now, like 30. No.
It's over. But
It's
it was like the funnest night. It was so awesome. But fighting on Mexican Independence Day is a big deal to you. But fighting for the championship has to matter more. How different is it for you that 2 years ago, going into that fight, it was an afterthought that you were going to be another victim. Valentina was going to continue to dominate like she was. But today, so many feel like she's up against it.
Well, I trained so hard since I moved to the flyweight division. Even that I was training for my opponent, she was always the goal. You know, she was always, I was studying her, I was watching her fights, I was watching her style. You know, she was always the goal, and every single fight I was improving. You know, I had, you know, my first takedown in my first flyweight division fight. You know, I was able to control, you know, to do different things. In the second fight, I was able to almost submit her, to punch, I was at 15, then 10, then 5, then I was, you know, getting better. And that took me for the championship time. So I was ready, I was training super hard. I studied her like really much.
Well, that video of you getting ready for that kick and then she does that kick, that was the crazy. It's so weird when stuff like that happens. You remember when Masvidal jumped and kneed Ben Askren and he was practicing it? It's always weird when that happens. So to see it come to fruition was crazy. And I remember calling that fight and being so surprised, but it wasn't like, she says she made a mistake in the fight. When you watch the fight, you were winning the fight, right? Was it just a mistake that allowed for you to win that first fight?
Well, first round definitely I was, you know, touching her
Boxing,
every time
good.
with the boxing, and she realized that. So the second and third, she wanted to keep it to the ground. And I said, okay, you don't want to strike with me. So I was, you know, in the first round when she did the spinning kick and the spinning elbow, I was not in the good range for taking her back, but I knew that she was going to do that.
Do it again.
Because she's always going back, and that's something, yeah, because she's a counter striker, and I was just waiting, you know, for that moment. I knew that every time I was hitting her, she was doing something crazy, like trying to take me down, or she was to go and spin, because she always do that, you know. I've watched all her fights, and she doesn't like, you know, the exchanges. And, you know, I was just ready and prepared for that moment. I knew that she was going to spin. And I also did that with Joanne Calderwood, because she does that too. And, you know, I said, okay, this works, so I'm going to do it again. So I talked with my coach and said, yeah, I mean, we could try that. We have a lot of things to do on the fight. And yeah, I mean, it worked. And I trained that rear naked show every single day. There were days that my arms were burning. And I said, my coach, please don't anymore. He said, one more. He was trying to make me submit every of my fighters, and I'm like, oh my God. And it's really nice because I trained it, like, I don't know how many times that situation, and it worked.
For it to work.
Really well.
Second fight, much closer. Yeah. She's insistent that she won the fight. When you go back and watch that fight, how do you look at it? Like, was it as close as people think, or do you feel like you did what you needed to do?
I mean, I think I won the fight. You know, it was all come to the fourth round.
Yep.
Because, I mean, it was first for her, second for me, third for her. In the fourth round, she said that if you watch the new countdown video, that you have like a bigger view of the knees. Her hand was not on the ground when I touched her, like all the knees. And in the post-fight interview, she was saying, those knees hurt me, those knees, I felt those knees. Like, she really was saying, like, I thought she caught me. Of course, and if you can measure the damage of those knees, the takedown, the submission attempt, that round was completely mine. And on the fifth round, of course, she was jabbing and she was running all the time, but she didn't want to change with me. She didn't want. And when I was able to be there, it was, even if it was 1 minute and 30 seconds, I was on her back, I was punching, I was trying to submit her, even if it was like a short amount of it, but I was doing a lot of damage and I was trying to finish her. The third round, yes, she got my back, but if you can see, I was punching her. She was not trying to submit me. She was just, staying there. And this is something that she usually does. She always just stay like to put control time.
Yeah.
But I'm not, I'm always trying, to move, to do something. And I was punching her. I think it was 2-2 to the fourth, and in the fifth round, it was completely mine because, at the end of the round, I almost submitted her, I punched her, and I was doing a lot of damage on the ground and pound.
You two have had some tremendous fights. What is it about your style, Alexa Grasso's style, that proves to be so difficult for her? Because with everybody else, she just kind of beat them up, right? But you don't make the mistakes that most make against her. Your boxing's always really good. Your hands are always where they're supposed to be. You never overextend on your combinations. It seems as though you don't leave her the openings that she usually takes advantage of. Are you guys really making conscious decisions to limit the amount that you're throwing? Or you just know that your style fits Valentina Shevchenko and you can beat her?
I think it's my style because I love the exchange. I love to embrace. I love to be there. I love, to help. Like, I don't care if I get punched in the face. I don't know. I don't care if she kicks me. I can handle, damage, and I'm not scared. I don't care if you. The thing I was scared the most was about a cut in my head or in my face, and it happened, and I didn't feel it, and it was like, I just felt it, and it was But now when you get over your fears, you realize that you can handle more and more, and it doesn't matter anything. Just don't be afraid. Just go there. Try to do your best because she's always just waiting and just counterattacking.
Yeah.
If you pressure. There's something that I do all the time in my fights. I go, and my cardio and my resistance and everything. I put a lot of power in there, and I think that the thing that I did different was that, to just go and be yourself and punch and use your boxing. And if it goes to the ground, go to the ground. It's okay. I was excited to fight with her, honestly, because she has a lot of Muay Thai and kickboxing tournaments and championship. And I consider myself as a good striker, but, winning or test yourself with someone who had a lot of combat.
Accolades, yeah.
Yes, was exciting for me, but since she does not want to test, on the striking side, it says a lot to me. And, well, right now, if she wants to go to the ground, we're going to go to the ground.
Do you think that she'll engage you more on the feet this weekend?
I hope so. I hope so. I will be happy. I admire so much the fight between Weili and Joanna.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would, I dream with having a fight like that where we're, all the time going forward, I don't know. I will love that.
Why did it take so long? Why haven't you fought since you guys fought last year?
Well, first because we both broke our hands in the fight. We both needed surgery. It was tough surgeries for both of us. I just heard that she had twice, in the hand. So it talks about how hard that surgery was. My hand was hurt too. And it's my hand, my strongest weapon. And I think that first because we wanted to make the fight in Mexico City.
You wanted to fight her again, though?
There. But we were both,
injured.
Man, I can't hit, and she couldn't do that too. And because it was a draw, this is the fight that had to be. So then they told us hey, we have this idea. We would like to repeat Noche UFC. I know it's kind of big lay, but we would love you guys to be there. And we were like, okay, well, I can't say no. I can't say no to the UFC, to my boss, and I say of course. And then they had this idea of being the Ultimate Fighter coaches.
Did you like that, the Ultimate Fighter?
I mean, it was different. It was
You
different.
didn't like it.
I mean, not that I didn't like it, but it was different. I think it could have been different if I teach women, because
Yeah.
they were men, they were bigger, they were like champions in their leagues, in their countries, and like to be coached or teach by a girl, like it's like it's weird. At the end, they call me coach, and it was really nice. I made myself part of the team instead of being like do this and do that.
Yeah.
No, I just made myself part of the team, like be the friend, like be there to support, like let me know what you want to do, and we're gonna do that. Like, no, because they are professionals, and I understood that I can't tell them what to do because they know what to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it was a different experience. It
What
was
about
cool.
the time with Valentina? Like being around Valentina for so long?
I mean, we're professionals. We tried our best to make, the production and the crowd the easiest of their job. We were there to make the guys shine.
What does Saturday look like? Like, what is your ideal way for this fight to play out and end?
Wow, it's gonna be a huge, huge event. It's gonna be different. I was able to be there in the sphere to watch. It's gonna be different, It's gonna
I've never been in there.
It's gonna be different because it's a big screen like in here, and all the crowd's gonna be just one side. So now I'm focusing that. Okay, I'm just gonna hear crowd from one side. I don't know. It's different. It's challenging too because it's different from everything that you have fought before. And I just hope that we can do like the best war ever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the first women trilogy. It's gonna be like the most and higher rivalry of girls, and I'm just happy and extremely proud to be competing at this level with someone like her.
You know where Gilroy is? You've heard of Gilroy before?
The what?
Gilroy, California. Have you ever heard of that place?
No.
Oh, I thought you heard of it. Hey, do you remember Ian Larios, the chef?
Yeah.
He works for Jelly Roll now. You know who Jelly Roll is, the singer? The big country guy, kind of fat country singer. He's like, Ian's on tour,
Nice.
traveling the
He's
world.
really good.
He's really good, but I mean, what fucking Ian Larios is traveling the world with a celebrity?
Hey,
He was at
he
all the
cooks delicious.
He cooks delicious food.
All these guys
but now he's a
are
celebrity.
amazing.
But now he's a
I
celebrity.
have Jason Obregon, and
Is Jason
he's
good?
been cooking all the last week and this week for us. I mean, I'm eating
Does it
like
make it
the
feel like you're
most
dying?
delicious week of my life. All the year I don't know. These 2
Really?
weeks they are so professional. They know what, when, how much, like
yes.
to give you, and the taste of the food they do.
It doesn't
oh my
feel
God.
as bad. It doesn't make the weight cut as bad.
No, I'm so good at weight, and I think Sunday I ate a hamburger, and I was like, oh my
wow.
God, this is.
That's the best.
Oh, there he is.
There he is right there. You're also doing great work on the commentary. You do a
Thank
tremendous
you.
job.
Thank you so much.
Guys, Alexa Grasso fights UFC 306 this weekend. She defends her title for the second time against Valentina Shevchenko. Make sure you hit that buy button and make sure you like and subscribe to this channel and go and check everything that the champ is doing. Champ, thanks for checking in with me.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Until next time, guys. Peace.